in a dark and empty room, somewhere that none of you would know. We find Al. Al, can you describe what you are up to in this room? It is just you and Chammy.
All right, Chami. Let's converge again. I'm gonna try this spell out.
Okay, but I'm getting real tired.
Last try. We'll take a break. Okay.
Yes, break, 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 and runs at you. Does the little infinity between your legs, and it becomes that instead of rushing into your chest like he had when you were reunited, it's more of a force of power as that infinity begins to turn into a pure light and then a darkness, then a red, inky ichor that seeps directly into your veins.
And Al tries again to wield blood magic, get a sense of it, feel it, know how it feels in his body, know what feels right, what feels wrong, what feels like a successful cast, what a bad cast feels like. Just getting as intimately aware with the magic as he can, without trying to push too hard.
Yeah. Well then, let's try 3 cast checks. Why not?
For sure, for sure.
Let's start with 1.
Oop, I'm missing a d6. 3 cast checks. Let's go. Okay. This is great. No, this is great. If they all fail,
It's a new magic, so you're practicing.
for sure. Okay, the first one is a 12.
Okay, that's a nice little mixed success. So you must choose a magical setback, if you don't mind. But this is a success, so you are going to expend a source point, so please do that for me, and choose a magical setback. In this room alone, which setback do you choose?
Oh, man. I think. Oh, God. Oh, God. There's so many new ones now, too. I'll take a backfire. I'll take 2 damage.
Okay, go ahead and take 2 damage as you lash out with a cast, and you're trying to get a sense of how your blood moves through your body. It's all about intimate attunement. And you trying to do that inside of your own veins is process. You attempt it, and it feels like capillaries start to burst inside of your arm, and you see the bruising come up from under your skin, already deep and dark and purple. Give me another cast, please.
That one's an 11.
That is incredible. Go ahead and expend a source point as you try again, and you need to choose another magical setback. Which one are you choosing?
Oh, goodness. There's gonna be he'll overestimate the power he needed to cast the spell, so I'll spend 1d6 source points in addition to necessary points to cast
Incredible.
this thing.
Go ahead and roll a d6.
It's a 3.
Okay. So expend 3 more source points as you feel your blood go cold. However, it works. This room is barely holding up from what you've been doing to it in the practice. These casts are taking out cement like it is flesh, slicing through butter. It doesn't make sense how strong these casts are. I need another one, please. Your third and final cast.
Oh my god. I think like he would acknowledge that as he's casting these spells that there's a terrible lethality to them. There's a moment where he thinks to, why would my grandmother help me unlock this? And then he would think to himself, why didn't my dad use this more? If he did, or if he didn't. And the final cast is a 10.
I think that is thematically apt because as you grip the wand harder, making sure that, okay, this time, full success, stop half assing it, make it work. And then you think of your father, Al, his face cowed, looking at the ground, following orders to leave you like it's easy. And you struggle. Please choose another magical setback, gain an XP, and I am going to need you to roll me 2d6 for damage.
For sure. I think the most thematic choice is to take the you are dabbling in very powerful magics. When you struggle on any cast check or fail a cast resist, you lose all your source points.
They're gone.
Yeah.
Al, you drop to your knees, and Chammy falls out of your chest as if you were holding him in your arms and collapses next to you, panting as if also exhausted. You expend all those source points. You are bleeding from your nose. Something new, also from your right ear. Al, you are touching something powerful.
What is this?
You hear in your mind the sound of music, like from the hive in the neon jungle. You said, "What is this?" You have been avoiding, shall we say, the Gutter Queen for the last couple of days. You've asked a question which is like opening a door. However, you don't hear her voice. It is as if she's waiting for you. Do you persist? Or do you continue to avoid her?
He continues to avoid her.
The
Once he-
music grows.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Chummy, you okay?
We never give up, huh? We just keep going, and we can do it.
We'll take that break now, mate.
Oh, thank God!
And he collapses into your side. You rub Chammy, give him some pets, and you lean your back against the wall. The music, intense, jumping, forceful, starts to fade. And when it does, you feel a pang of pain in the mark of the Gutter Queen. Could you please roll me 1d6?
Yeah. 4.
Incredible. Thank you very much. Give me, if you would like, an... You can do an Intuit check or an Affinity check. And if it's an Intuit, it's going to have to be Vibe. And if it's Cast, it's going to have to be Affinity to figure out what is going on here.
I'm going to do Affinity.
Okay.
Does this count as a cast check?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You just won't be expending any source points.
Right. This is a 13 total.
Okay. Because you have no more source points to expend, you are going to take a condition in this moment as you realize exactly what is happening to you, Al. You can decide what emotion condition you take. So you realize 4% more of you has just been uploaded to Omega as you ignore the protection she gives you.
He will grow frustrated, struggling with magic, struggling with autonomy, being in this new difficult place, not taking any breaks. There is no break. There
Yeah.
can't be a break. You have to fight the mammoth. There's an unknowingly powerful thing that has license on part of your body. There's just a lot of frustration.
We see Al slip into a frustrated, exhausted, browbeaten state. Because there is no time for breaks. The day is growing later, the afternoon a little more golden in Staggerbrook, as a few of our witches and a hulking mass of a hexhound make their way to the ferry at the edge of Orikadir. Orikadir is a rim town, which means it lines the edge of the landmass it settled upon. The ferry is just an airship carried by three large canvas balloons roped in over what seems to be an old ship, with a woman at the mast, bearing a wand in one hand and a snake coiling up her arm on the other. The ferries are free, at least today, because it's the World States Fair. And as some of our witches board this ferry to cross over to Nos Prospero, you can see that the fair has kicked off true and proper. You know that the port town that you're heading towards has the most port hubs, aka teleportation centers, the most tourist traps of anywhere in the upper continent. It's where the shopping happens, where the entertainment happens, the nightlife. And from this moving ferry, in its slow, maybe 25 miles per hour pace, you can see dozens of other airships dotting the sky ahead, docking. Banners and flags are waving from every spire and rooftop, and you can see thousands of people milling about in the cobblestone streets below. That's all you can see from this distance. You've got a few minutes to head forward. Is anyone saying anything to each other as you make your way?
Oh my gosh. Am I gonna do this now? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this now. I think Callie is gonna do this now. I think Callie goes over to Anemone and is like, "Hey, bestie." And I think I like look at Mal and then I look at Anemone, but I look at Mal for like 1 second. And I'm just like, I feel like we haven't had time to like, just catch up, just you and me, by ourselves. I just wanted to know if, just to chat, to see how you have been doing lately, today, if you wanted to, or you don't, we don't have to, and I can just go. I can just leave. I could go.
No. We can talk. That's fine. I mean, it's been a while, so I would like that.
I think Callie brightens and is like, awesome, cool. Oh my gosh. Am I gonna talk to Belle? I'm going to. I think Callie's gonna be like, glance at Belle and is just like, I'm going to talk to an enemy. If that's cool, I'm gonna do that. Like, I know you have like a duty. It's just a private conversation.
I will turn my ears in different direction, as well as body as whole. And you see that she turns and will take several steps in a different direction to give you some room, but she's not leaving. Yeah.
Okay.
You notice that she is not with her weapon currently, at least not in its full form. It's sheathed, and all you can see, even though you saw this massive blade behind her, there's just the staff part. You don't know where the blade has gone.
Yeah, I'm not. Callie can't dissect that right now. Callie's definitely wondering. Callie's like, if I think too much about that, I'm going to jump off this ship. Anyways, so Callie talks to Anemone. I think Callie goes, so I like couldn't help but notice that this morning things got a little weird and a little tense. And I also know that you and I have talked a while. And uh I guess I wanted to start off with how are you doing?
Um, I mean, I guess I'm doing fine, I guess. And you kind of see Nem kind of look back to see her mallets. And can I do sneak to try to like sneak the both of us away without her noticing?
Can I help?
Yes and yes. Please tell me how you help first.
I think Callie is just going to. This is gonna be like mildly shady, but I think I'm gonna do like utilize protection magics because I don't know her. And I'm gonna kind of use that as like a shield. I feel like protection could like show up in a lot of ways. So I
Sure.
would like to
Yeah.
create like almost like a distorted barrier to make sure that like, you know.
Absolutely. Kind of like blurring her peripheral vision to
Yeah.
her. Give me a cast check first to see
Cool.
if this works. And if it is successful, then you can give that extra d6 to an enemy who will roll the sneak check.
Okay, and then doubles. Whee! Oops. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then I have a plus, I have an advantage. So can I choose to use that? I can use that as a +1, right? The advantage.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to use that to make it a 14. And I'm
Okay, a
gonna,
total success. Incredible. Go ahead and expend a source point. As you do that, and an enemy, you can now roll this sneak check with an extra d6.
Adding the d6. Mm, That's a 16.
Perfect. You are able to sneak yourselves down into the bottom portion of the ferry where it's just like rows of seats. Most of the people on the ferry, because it's such a beautiful day and people want to see the fair, are up on the balcony. They're letting the wind in their hair. So it's actually a lot more private down here, and you have some time to yourselves. Before we get into what you start talking about, I would love to check in with Ember, who is topside. What are you doing right now? What's going through Ember's mind as Nos Prospero continues to grow larger as you approach?
Yeah, I think Ember is sitting down and reading the book that she got from the shop over and over about her home, like about herself, really, just to see like if anything new jumps out of her. But I know she's just reading the same paragraphs over and over, just hoping that something will jump out of her.
Give me a study check at disadvantage since you've already read through this and got the success you needed. Let's see if anything new, maybe a small detail or something that seems odd, sticks out to you.
Ooh, I got double threes. I'll go ahead and gamble. Wait, I can't gamble. Wait,
Yeah.
no matter. That is an 11.
Okay. On a mixed success, you may not realize this as it's happening, Ember, but the more you reread certain paragraphs, the more your brain starts finding connections that aren't there. So on a mixed success, you're going to get important information that is true, but also some that isn't, and I will leave it to you to detangle this knot I'm about to hand you. How to say this
Oh,
without collapsing the campaign.
what do you mean? I'm not gonna
Okay.
crash out that bad.
So, I don't think it's a crash out issue. You see that there is some demon history in here. So it's not all about just your family. There's general demon knowledge in here. And you see that there are long-standing feuds between demon families, between demons in general, and some of the politicians of witch folk because of their propensity for deals, their propensity for deception, lies, and power. There is a lot of tension in the upper continent between demon folk and witch folk. And you don't know, with a mixed success, who's been more righteous throughout history. So you wouldn't be able to really pick a side. You know that you have a foot in either court, and that is all you know for sure.
Yeah, I think like Ember was like she has like little sticky notes and just writing little things. It's like probably like I'll reread this later. Like this is interesting. Like just like it almost looked like a college study notebook now, just full of tabs now in there.
Yeah.
I guess she's just like grasping at hope or something. I don't know. I guess she's like hoping that her parents are good people.
Yeah.
I think she's grasping on, and she doesn't want to have that dark legacy that they was horrible.
Yeah. You find more questions than answers in the only book you've really been able to sit with that may have something to do with who you are. And as the ferry draws closer to Nos Prospero, we find a boat lazily heading towards, on a clear sky, blue day. It's gorgeous here. The wind is still making it through the open windows in this under level of the ferry boat. You are soon to dock. There's only a couple of other people down on this level at all, and they're, you've sat in a place where you won't be overheard. You haven't had this time to catch up, and so I will vignette this scene for you. Please take the floor.
So I guess as we sneak away, Callie goes, "Okay, Nem, how are you really doing?"
Well, for one, I'm irritated. She won't leave me alone. Okay. I'm still very much getting used to this whole entire thing of Mel
Yeah.
hulking around everywhere I go. So that's fun. I don't know. I'm driving myself crazy because, and then it's like, because for once we have nothing to do other than enjoy ourselves and do chores, and I don't know what to do. I feel like that didn't answer your question. I'm feeling, maybe it did. I'm feeling, I don't know how I'm feeling, to be fair, to be honest. So why don't you tell me how you're feeling first? Because I know this whole thing is affecting you too.
Oh, yeah. I'm feeling many feelings that are very complex and difficult to understand and process through. I don't think I like Mal, but I don't think I like Mal because of the thing that happened. And also I think I'm worried about you because of um the whole thing where Hal was yelling, and I'm also worried because I think I I think you're upset with me. And maybe I'm like making that up. And if I am, then like you could totally tell me. But I feel like a lot has happened and I feel like you're upset with me. Or maybe it's like more complicated than that. I, feelings are complicated, but I feel like you're upset with me. There.
upset with you. I'm not. Well, I wouldn't say I'm upset. I guess I was. It's a lot going on right now, and I feel, and it's probably my fault too, but I feel. Okay. Remember when Ember was saying, "You guys know I love you, right?" And we're like, "Yeah, of course, we love you. Yeah, we're good friends." And I guess, yeah, I feel that, but I also just feel like it's an and an enemy type of situation. Like I see you guys getting a lot closer, and it's, I guess, harder for me. And I see you guys have your own moments, and I'm not mad at you per se. And I guess um there's a lot of other complicated feelings, I guess, but also it did kind of hurt when you left during the heist. I mean, I thought it was just gonna be the two of us. You weren't gonna leave me, and I mean, I get it. We were in danger, but I mean, it's just it's got me thinking about a lot, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm not mad. I'm not. I promise. But I just don't know. And I don't like knowing things.
I think Callie tilts her head in confusion. And I think that there is absolutely a version of Callie that you're very familiar with that would be like, no, girl, it's like, no, that's totally not me. Like, it's not you, it's me. Like, you know what I mean? That's the version, that's like almost the answer you're expecting because you know Callie so well. But I think instead, Callie like tilts her head and goes, I, I, I didn't leave you on purpose. I didn't want to. If I could have gone back, I would have. And I think like Callie notices the way that you're looking and pauses and says, you mentioned like closeness and with me and I guess Ember or the group, and I guess I'm confused and I don't understand because uh, I've always felt like you and I were close. It's always it's always been us. And I it's not that I don't notice that things are different. It's just I always allow you to set the tone. There's a reason I allow you to set the tone. That I have you set the tone. Cuz I can't. Cuz if I set the tone, then I'm getting more out of this than you are.
What? I don't. What do you mean you're getting more out of this? Isn't this what? I don't understand what you mean by you're getting more out of the situation. I thought we were on the same page, or I mean, I get okay. To go back to what you said of You don't understand why I said you are. I'm feeling like you're getting closer to the others. It's not just Ember and Al that I'm talking about. It's, well, and then I guess you would say an enemy an enemy's like turning into themselves a little bit and just like looking around at something else for the moment. And it's like I know you were worried about Mal for and the whole instance with them has got you feeling kind of weird. But I would say that it's him that you're getting closer to the point where it feels like, and I'm not blaming you. I completely understand, or I want to understand, or I mean, I'm like a little mummer. I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's like a way for me to like, like look it up and figure it out. But I feel like you and him are creating your own little thing. And it is, I'm not there with you.
Before you can respond to that, Callie, you do in fact see Howl bamf into the room with a bloodied and exhausted Owl. Just like he promised. He said he was going to go get him.
How did he get up here?
You see him bamfs into the room. You recognize this. I think you would recognize this at this point as call-in magic. Like, this is how call-in appears in a room. So this seems to be a benefit extended to him for working for Colin, that he can also travel in this way, which he has been doing for a while. He comes back with Al, and Al, you are all of a sudden sitting in a chair on a floating airship, about 3 rows in front of Callie and an enemy, with Howl like this behind you.
Good afternoon.
I'm not even gonna hold you. Y'all see Callie like just go. Normally, Callie tries really hard to be like, ha, hee hee, ho ho. Oh, like, but Callie's like, and I think Callie does not acknowledge you at first and goes to an enemy and goes, I would like to continue to have this conversation later. Is that okay?
I would say that an enemy is now staring at Howl kind of with that same practice, like that I still don't like you. And probably even more so now, glare at him and then looks at Callie and then just goes, yeah, we can talk about it later. That's fine.
Hey, I'm serious. I would like to finish the conversation. I don't like how it ended either. Please?
Okay.
Thank you. Where the fuck have you been?
Ember, you hear this from topside. You can hear this. Mal has already begun making her way downstairs, realizes she cannot fit, and then waits by the door angrily and holds it open for you, Ember, and says, boss.
I understand. I'll take care of it.
I was like, I'm just trying to do my job. Like, Lord.
It's like, don't worry. You do a great job, Mel. And then goes downstairs.
Thank you, boss. And then you walk back over to the front, arms crossed. This time, weapon is out because everyone has scattered away to a part of the ship that Mel cannot follow. So you realize you have about less than 5 minutes before docking, but for now, all 4 of you and Howl are in the bottom deck of this ship. It seems like this is probably the first time since the actual heist that all of you have been in the same place at the same time. Again, it's only for 5 minutes because who knows where you will disperse once we dock. But for now, you are reunited, and Al looks worse for wear.
I think Ember will like come down with her broken wand out and just like it's like, all right, I'm here. What's going on?
I was looking at how like, why did you drop me in the middle of their conversation? It's like the look that he has on their face. Like we couldn't have landed anywhere else on the boat.
Literally.
Couldn't have waited
I was like, can't read the room.
Yeah.
Can't read a room if you're not in it yet.
Literally just talking about it.
So he looks at you, realizes that you're upset with him, and then looks confused at Callie and says, "Did you not want to see him?"
No, Hal, you did a great job. We were just having a conversation, but it's fine. I think Hal could probably tell the vibes. I think this is
the
when
second he looks
reading
at
the
you
room.
and you look like frazzled or like he's caught you off guard for doing the thing that he told you he was gonna go do.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, then he looks at Anemone. Anemone, if you would like, you can give me a vibe check.
Hell yeah.
Also,
And
Callie, above
I
table, have you ever
advantage on all
told
vibe checks and
Anemone
divination.
that Howl reads your heartbeat on the regular?
No, because it hasn't come up in conversation, and an enemy doesn't like talking about Hal.
Slay. Great.
It's fine. It's fine. And I get advantage on all vibe checks with divination, so let's do that. Okay. Let's do, so that is 6, 12, 16.
Okay. With a successful vibe check, you see that Howl is confused and then is, I wouldn't say scared. I don't think Howl feels fear the same way that most people do, but it's an anxiety that he has hurt both of you, not just Callie. You see that he has concern on his face for both of you, but will immediately kind of step back when Ember comes down with the wand out, and just kind of moves to the side and goes, Al hasn't been around, and I know that you had conversations you wished to have, and I feel I have erred.
No. I mean, like, technically, but like, I at least do not feel any upset feelings towards you, because you did in fact do the thing that you said you were gonna do, and there's no way you could have known that. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Hey Al, where have you been? What have you been doing? Good to see you. Can somebody? I don't have healing magics.
I got
And I was like, can somebody please?
I don't have healing, but I could. Oh, okay. Because I would have just disguised him and made him look the makeup and make him look
I just have
But
to.
Ember has
Could I have a
healing.
medical mate?
Isn't your wand still broken?
Yes.
Yes.
Didn't that lady say she was gonna get Ember a new wand?
Yeah, she said she's gonna look into it, see what she can do. Absolutely.
Want to get healed or not?
It's-
Ember-
It's fine.
Break out
It's-
the wood and start crafting. It's fine.
So it's all right. I'll like kind of painfully get up. Since the heist, I've just been training, trying to get a hold of these new magics, which could be volatile. So I thought isolation would be best to not endanger anyone. I've been prepping for the mammoth. That's all. How are you? Oh, me looking at Callie and Anemone, knowing that he disrupted a conversation, but not knowing the context of it, and we'll say, not exchanges through words with Hal, but just sort of the looks that were passed. You all right?
Silence. There's this deep, profound silence. And Callie goes,
Fine.
fine.
And Ember?
Ember is gonna do medical mancy. But I would like to use the legendary one to do it, if that's possible.
It is possible.
Anything's possible. You just have to believe.
Can you read Medicmancy for me, just so I know I'm thinking of it correctly?
Yes, it is. Your advantages on affinity checks made magically heal others for 2 damage.
I would say as Ember points that, because Al knows that's the Gutter Queen's wand, right?
Yep, you saw it in the file that you read.
I think the moment Ember pulls that out to point at him, he goes, "No, not her magic."
And that's all Ember needed to know.
I'm sorry. It's since she moved my body without my control, I haven't spoken to her. I've rejected messages. I would appreciate if you didn't use her magic on me.
Heard. And she'll pocket the one back. And then switch it back to the broken one.
Thank you.
And will you be using Medicmancy with your broken one?
Yes.
Okay, please roll me an
And I
affinity check. Oh, yeah, how would you like to help? Let's see.
Can I say that? I mean, the bag of everything. Can I see there's like some like bandages or something like that to like aid in?
That
some
won't
type of,
aid
like,
her
I
magical
don't
check,
know.
but you can
Aid?
absolutely attempt to heal Al with just what you have. So you can make me a flat affinity check if you'd like, and that'll be separate adding. So go ahead and make that cast check, Ember.
Cool. And it's disadvantage.
Yes.
And that is... I rolled doubles again, but yeah, that doesn't matter. It is a 13.
Oh, okay, perfect. That is a mixed success. So take a magical setback. But you can heal him for that 2 damage. So he'll get a little bit of a boost. What is the magical setback that you're taking?
Magical setback I'm taking in... Something precious breaks and it's your fault. I believe that she is using her wand, and as she just grips it too hard and she breaks the band-aid again, so it just basically re-breaks again.
Okay. Ember, this break is permanent. So this wand is no longer able to be used for any magic at all. Okay. Incredible. As you heal Al, you feel the wand completely snap in your hand. It crumbles at the tip as if the magic that it had been made with itself is falling away. Ember, for the past month or so, you have been losing magic left and right, while also gaining some as well. If you wouldn't mind in this moment, this tether to your witch side falling away, would you please roll me a comprehend check as you feel a tingling in your horns?
A 12.
Okay. On a 12, it might be hard to understand what's going on, but your horns, the rest of you can see that they are elongating just a little bit. A couple of, like maybe an inch. So it's not like woof, but it's enough to be noticeable. Your horns grow in this moment. You feel that tingling sensation, kind of like an itchy scalp. It doesn't hurt. You used Medicmancy for that spell?
Yep.
Okay. Ember, if you wouldn't mind, this is going to be a demon ability that you have unlocked. If you would like to cast Medicmancy wandlessly at any time, instead of healing 2 damage, you can heal 2d6 damage.
Insane.
Your veins, Ember, glow with that fiery light again, and trying to use your power to heal someone, it feels oddly more natural when there's not a wand in your hand.
After everything's happening, like in that short period of time, as she just watched like the top half of her wand just fall off, and just feeling almost like a wire just snapped, a piece of string just ripped apart, as she just tosses the bottom handle off to the side. And I guess it makes sense for a crash out arm moment to come out.
Absolutely, it
And
does.
she just go typical over and over, typical. I tried to help, and I always get hurt in the end still.
Give me a fight check, please, as your arm begins to wreak havoc in the bottom floor of this ferry boat, right as you dock.
Yeah. And that is 10.
Give me, please. This is the first time, I don't know if you know this, but this is the first time you have struggled on a fight check with your crash out arm. The first time. If you would please give me another, either comprehend or you can do an affinity check, specifically.
Okay, I'll probably do.
All the demon abilities are coming out today. This is crazy.
I'll probably do comprehend. That is a 15. Well, 16 plus 1.
Okay. Incredible. There is something that sticks out to you from your reading of that book you were just going over. Amethyst demons have exhibited propensity for control. This is something that you took note of with Colin a while ago. This is something you know you can do with the dead. You have your skeleton buds. Would you like to flavor what happens as a voice different than yours, but certainly yours, Ember, comes from within and stops the crash out arm in its tracks with words alone?
Oh. I think when Ember would be like, I think we yell out just like not now arm, and then like it freezes.
It
And then
does.
she also freezes.
You
Like-
all see this like
Like
pause.
yeah, the arm in front of her, and then she's like this, and then like not recognizing herself, looking at herself in the reflection of the mechanical arm.
Yeah, that chrome kind of bended spoon look of yourself. You see the flash of your eyes, and for a moment, you think the fire in your veins turns bright purple, like amethyst. The arm stops and recoils back into your side, damaging nothing as you hear, Nos Prospero! Last call, Nos Prospero! You are docked here. People stand, giving you a wide berth, the other couple of people who are down here, to leave quietly. As if you head topside as well, Mal is waiting to flank the group and keep y'all safe. Howl much closer to the front. You see, as you come topside, at the very least, no matter where you decide to disperse, that thousands of people are moving around. Each one of these buildings that you can see seem like ancient, 20th century ancient architecture. If you've ever seen recovered artifacts from pre-Mage War periods, this may have looked like a historically preserved main street. But all of the wood is odd and mismatch colored and repurposed. You see that the windows are strangely fitted. It's like this entire city is a ship of Theseus. You have no idea how many times this place has been taken apart and put back together and repurposed from what they can find. Merchant stalls, shops, live entertainment on every corner. There are colors and smells and experiences that you have yet to have anywhere in New City. The World's State Fair is going to continue on for 2 more days, and as soon as it docks and people start filing off, you kind of expect to be immediately recognized or arrested. But to your surprise, you just blend into the crowd like drops of water in a river, as if you belong here, as if no one's going to notice you. It may even lull you into a false sense of security. Looking out in front of the city, there's nothing but options, and you have nothing but the day ahead. Before we go forward, Anemone, you had rolled to help Al a little bit with some bandages. What did you get on that check?
Yeah, so I'd say bandages and maybe the makeup to like make him look like he's not hurt. So I got a 14.
Okay. You absolutely managed to clean Al up. You can heal 2 more damage, Al, as you move through this space, looking tidier than you feel, for sure. There are so many things you could do here in Nos Prospero. I would love to know if you're staying in a group, if you're splitting off, if anything has caught your eye already. What are you getting up to, as the day is yours?
So Callie does absolutely want to go shopping, but Callie also wants to finish this conversation with them. So, and also, I don't know if Callie wants to hang out with Al right now. Like, so I think Callie just kind of like looks at an enemy and goes, I need to go shopping for, and I think Callie tries to think of something that would lead for like not everybody to come, and I'm like, I think she's like,
If Ember can help.
nightgowns? I don't know. So, nightgowns.
Counts? Okay. And I mean, like,
I need your help.
I think it would have been fine because they've gone shopping before, but the whole
That works.
night, yes, like, yeah, sure, yeah, sure.
Mal looks at you, Ember, and says, "Boss, may I have a moment of your very precious boss time?"
Yeah.
I love this relationship.
It's so good.
It was like
My favorite.
Ember is still like swimming in her head with everything. It's only been 5 minutes, kind of energy of everything happening, and then she like gets snapped back in with Melon just went, yeah, we can step over here.
No, it is
Or
fine. I
right
speak where I
here?
am standing.
Okay, we can speak right here.
Indeed, I must find place to live. Your house is tiny, has small ceiling. I cannot fit. And also, your boy. I must find new place to live.
Oh,
May I be excused for 1 hour only to look for lodging?
yeah.
I appreciate this. Start timer now. And Mal jumps over the side of the ferry boat.
What? Oh.
So Mal's going to be gone for 60 minutes and no longer.
60 minutes exactly.
Ember, you and Al are standing here. However, Callie and Anemone haven't left. So Ember, if you're trying to go off to find nightgowns, if you're also trying to avoid Al or trying to do something solo or secret, let me know. However, you two need to decide what you're getting up to. Al, you've been bamped here. And then everyone's like, yeah, but we're mad at you. And so start to disperse.
I think if Al did a vibe check on Ember, I think she has kind of calmed down from the hate train on Al, because she just needed to know where the loyalty lies on the wand, and that's why she just showed it out. And hearing that, she found a sense of comfort to be around Al.
If I could do vibe checks on Ember and Callie and Anemone, all three, fuck it. Let's do everybody.
Everyone gets a vibe check.
Yep, let's do it.
First one for Ember is that's 6 + 3 + 2. That's an 11 total.
Okay, that is a mixed success. Here's the thing, Al.
Yeah.
I was like, can I describe a mixed check? Or-
Yes. However, God, how mad do I want to be? Really, is the question.
Oh.
Do it.
It's actually going to be. I will be little mean. I'll be petite mean. Instead of passing out, Al, you are going to fail this intuit check. So yes, Ember, what does Al think he is interpreting correctly that is absolutely wrong? Because you have to, on a mix intuit, expend a source point, and Al doesn't have any of those. So it's going to have to be a fail.
Yeah, so on Ember's end, she's kind of like, pissed off, but pissed off at herself with everything that happened with the crash out arm and everything. So that energy that I'll be feeling, thinking they're mad, is at them, but it's actually to herself and the demon and stuff. But in reality, she's very calm around Al. So those are like the two things. She looks calm on the outside standing next to Al, but she has pissed off, raging bitch face right now.
Al, would you like to continue?
I would like to continue, yes, please.
This is crazy.
I think a sense of paranoia is apt right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. Indeed.
This next one is a 15. I got triple fives. I don't even know how that works. I don't even know how that's gonna work.
You look at your best friend, you immediately read the situation. Well, is this for Callie or an enemy? Because Callie has straight up told you how Callie feels, so maybe this is why the vibe check goes off without a hitch. Callie, what does Al correctly interpret?
You know Callie is mad at you, but Callie doesn't hate you. You know that if Callie hated you, the energy that you'd be getting would be entirely different. And I would, since you got triple fives, I will also go on to say is that, like, now that Callie knows that you are safe, the concerns and conversations Callie wants to have for you have essentially gone down on the radar. She is distracted with something else. You could probably guess what that something else is, but you guys are cool with an asterisk.
Yes.
Like, this is salvageable.
Cool, the asterisk is crazy word.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm gonna steal that. We're cool with the asterisks. Also, since I crashed out, all my source person is gone, right? It's cleared off.
You didn't crash out.
I guess I didn't. Understandable.
And the last one's a 13 for them.
On a mixed success, you don't have any source points to spend, so it's gonna be a struggle. Al is completely misreading you in this moment. Anemone, what does he think is going on?
Listen, that's fair because Nim has put up her walls.
The
It's
dice
fine.
are
It
telling the
actually makes
story for
narrative sense.
sure.
Okay. It really is. I would say first, Al gets a very like a confusing read where her brows are furrowed in a way that she's kind of upset but concerned. Her mouth is like her hands are fidgeting, like nervous. So you're getting a lot of different cues that are confusing that you can't pinpoint. And I would say the one that you get wrong is that she just wants to go shopping. Like it's an anxious to just go shopping, and that is far from the truth. But also, yeah. So yeah, it's just like you think that she's like bouncy, nervous, like wants to go shopping. I guess, yeah.
Digesting all that information, a mix of correct and incorrect, very incorrect. Al just kind of turn around, looking out into the sky, just the air. There aren't any words to say to salvage any of this. I think it's very clear that folks have an idea of what they'd like to do right now. But he would try to check in kind of awkwardly on Ember because he would have seen the horns grow and whatnot. Are you all right?
Jesus inhales deeply and like exhale, almost like smoke probably coming out of her nose for a moment, and just like, no, I'm really not.
Me neither. I'm gonna go to my grandmother's estate. If you'd like to join. I sent word to her that encrypted, of course. We'll be on our way, but
Right now?
We can stop by through shops and whatnot, take in the landscape on the way, but eventually I'll head my way there.
Yeah, I'll just join you. Do you want to? You need to keep this on the download, or are you cool to tell the rest?
Keep it between us for now. I think they're occupied.
When we start heading there, I would like to let them know so they won't get worried. I won't get into detail where we're going, but we're gonna be a distance away. I would like so they don't think we're kidnapped or anything.
We could go shopping as well.
Yeah, I probably need a moment to shop before meeting her. My emotions are all over the place right now.
That's fair. Yeah. Are you hungry? Maybe we could get something to eat. Maybe that might be.
Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm hangry.
You guys look out for a place to eat as you leave the ferry side by side. Meanwhile, Callie and Nineveh in a shop called Nighty Nighties.
First of all, that's hilarious. Second of all, I do want to just acknowledge Hal, and like I just want to let Hal know, be like, hey, we just need to go shopping real quick.
Oh, he's not coming with you.
Fantastic.
He saw Mal jump over the side, and you see him like move as if concerned, and then immediately turn his body in the other direction and look off this way. As you guys leave, he gives you kind of like a nod. He realizes he did something. He just doesn't know what. So he is trying to give you the space.
Can I give him some money, and just so that he can just go have a good time?
You can certainly give him money.
Fantastic. I just want to make sure that he wasn't just gonna stand there waiting for us to get back. I'm like, find something to do. Like, have a good time.
In fact, Colin might get to him first, depending on what he needs. So he wanders off. You find yourselves in a tiny little shop where no one is at. It's so weird how no one wants to buy nightgowns. Nighty Nighties. there is someone who is folding up some nightgowns in the back and hanging them up. This seems to be the only employee who nodded to you when you came in, but that's pretty much the only acknowledgement. Very quiet little shop. In fact, might be the best place to have a private conversation and finish what you started on the ferry boat.
So, retracing thoughts, steps, you would ask me about getting close with Hal and how you don't like it? Question mark. Am I interpreting that correctly?
Can I say that that this kind of like the air of a conversation kind of did shock Anemone a little bit, but it was like a, oh, we're not looking for, okay. um
We can still look for nightgowns. I
yeah,
just, you know.
okay. I all right. I I I don't have the words to explain how it feels. It's more of, I guess I just am constantly being reminded that I'm left behind often, and I'm also kind of grappling with that if it's my fault if I'm being left behind. And that's a whole other can of worms that I don't know if I have the mechanics to deal with right now. But I guess it's more of, okay, you know when you've been kind of put to absolutely despise someone, and then now that person is constantly in your space and you can't do anything about the fact that you just, okay, I've tried my best to deal with Hal, I guess in the best way possible. Thankfully, was above board. Thankfully that Callie didn't hear the word vomit that Ember and Al heard, but but also, I guess I've done my best for you, mostly, to be nicer, and I hope it registers as so, but I guess it's, in that moment, it felt more like our friendship shifted, to where it's not just us, it's you and me, but it's also him. And although he does grate me at times, and then I have to think, well, of course, he didn't know, he's blah, blah, he's whimsical, whatever. But at the same time, I was just reminded that this is the dude who kind of, was put to stalk me for years, if you remember. And it's very hard to get over that and then come to terms with the fact that, yeah, he's not really that person anymore. It's because of, other things. But I guess I didn't think that me getting over that hump would be pushing the two of you closer together, if that makes sense. Like, you needed closure with the two of us being friends so that you can further your own relationship with him. And I guess that just makes me feel like left behind again, if that makes sense. And this nightie is so cute. So cute. It's, yeah, yeah.
Callie looks confused. And then, arguably, irritated. And I think she takes the nightie that you're looking at and puts it back on the rack and goes, Are you serious? You know, Anemone. Of course, I don't want you and Hal to hate each other. The reason I don't want you and Hal to hate each other isn't because I feel like I need you to be friends with him in order for what him and me to have something. I don't need that from you. If that hurts you or causes issues, you don't have to force yourself to like somebody that hurt you. I understand that this is complicated and that you I know this isn't just like you don't like him. I understand that what he did is bad and serious and that it hurt you greatly. But you're still friends with me. I may not have hurt you, but I have done very bad things. Worse than I have even told you. And for me, that is the reason why I can connect with Hal. Why I can understand him. Because he's trying to be good. And I'm sorry that hurts you. And I do not want you to be in a place where you feel forced you have to be close to him. You being close to Hal is not necessary, but only is it not necessary, but it's also the idea that you being close is driving you away makes me upset. It makes me upset because I have never, ever said that it was you or him. I've never felt that way. You feel like you and I aren't close anymore? Is that what this is? You set the tone for how close we can be. You've always set the tone for how close we can be. Even back in high school, I didn't get close. Every time that I tried to get closer to you, I could feel you pulling away from me. So I waited for you to come to me. And you did. You did, and you came to me, and we were close, and I would comfort you, and I would be there, and we would hold hands, and it was wonderful, and it was nice, and then things changed.
And then what? What happened?
Things
What
changed.
Because you apparently, and the last time it changed is when Hal came here. Okay, we used to hug, we used to be closer, we used to talk, we used to do all that, and now you comfort him before everyone else. You make deals for him, you do all of that for him. I'm sorry if you think that I'm upset at you. Well, actually, frankly, I quite am, because at the same time you say that you understand that having him in the group hurts me, you brought him here. You did that, not me. Okay? So at the same time, and I'm not saying that, I'm mad at you entirely because of that, because of course what I'm trying to say is that I've slowly grown to accept him. But at the same time, why am I the one shedding the tone in our friendship all the time? Why am I the one who has to do XYZ for our friendship to be valid? What I'm so confused as to why it's all flowing on me. Like it always falls on me. Like I always have to break people out. Like I always have to do all this. Like why is it always on me?
Because I like you, you idiot. I can't hug you or comfort you because it's not just friendship for me. I can't get my own hopes up that something will eventually happen when you have shown me that I can't get too close or else I won't see you again. And I was hoping, I thought maybe for 1 second that maybe that was different, that was done, that I was making up in my head. And then what? In some stupid amalgamation that Colin made, which still pisses me off? I'm writing you letters and I don't hear from you? Ever again? Because what? That's all the proof that I need. That if I do too much or try to get too close or try to change us, that I will lose you, and I won't lose you. So if that means that I need to have self-control and I need to hold back when I want to be there for you, or hug you, or hold your hand, or whatever the fuck, in order for us to still be something instead of nothing, then that is a sacrifice on me. But I don't appreciate you painting this as if I'm the one who constantly pulls away from you. Because that's not what this is. And you know that's never what it's been. If you want something to change, you need to tell me. If you want nothing to change, we can pretend this never happened.
We pull out from here following one woman, graying hair, some of it in locks, other salt and pepper, free and curly, wrapped in scarves, dangling potion bottles at her hip and carrying a heavy messenger bag. The Witch of the Burnwood Cast, Patience Browning, makes her way to an airship. Small, cramped, but tall enough that a hulking hexhound could fit. And that is where we will end this episode of Heist, Wandless, and Wired. We will be back next week, hotter, weirder, and more magical as always. So thank you so much to our sponsors. Thank you to our incredible cast. Stick around for the credits, and while we possibly raid out to a friend. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.